Two of Pitt's best wrestlers today have been Luca Augustine at 174 and Reese Heller at 184. As you would expect, both are ranked in the top 20. They've got back-to-back wins. And the deficit for Pitt, 17-15. Mountaineers still in the lead coming down to the final two weight classes. Ian Bush against another ranked wrestler, Max Stout, here at 197.
Well, it's come right down to the end, right? I just don't. If you're in Pitt, I think you're feeling pretty good from that standpoint. Is we've got two of our more solid, better guys coming up here in the last two weight classes.
Pitt is very, very top heavy. I mean, they're having those four to round out your lineup. I mean, not many teams can compete with that.
That's a nice takedown.
Max Stout right off the bat, about 18 seconds in, scores first. Mountaineers got the pen from Peyton Hall at 165, looked to be in control, but again, Augustine and Heller won back-to-back. And Stout off to a quick start here.
Max Stout, one of those new generation upper weights, really starting to look more of like a lightweight on his feet. You know, he does not move like a big guy at all. You know, very, very reminiscent of Nino Bonacorsi a couple years ago. Of course, Bonacorsi's still in the room working out with all the upper weights. Coach Gavin said that they have a good relationship. Of course, Bonacorsi and Stout both from the same area.
Stout from Mount Lebanon, just outside of Pittsburgh. Got a win over a ranked wrestler Friday night. Beat Nick Stimmett of Stanford, ranked 24th in the country. Won that big, 10-1. And he's got the early advantage here over Ian Bush.
You know, Bush really more of an 84-pounder who's kind of wrestling up. So I'm sure he's filled into the weight class. I'm not too concerned about whether he weighed in underweight necessarily, but it's not an easy jump to make, especially when you're talking about the size of the people here.
Bush won his match. We mentioned West Virginia, a slow start against Iowa State, came on late, and Bush was one of those guys who won late, beat Nathan Shawn of Iowa State 13-2.
It's a good shot by Stout, and you see him kind of come in a little bit of a underhook and kind of first guys to throw it by, and does a nice job of getting in and just powering right through for the takedown. So he's up 6-1 in the first period with 40 seconds left.
Working on the ride time as well.
Well, I mean, and you know, it's not like he's like a first generation wrestler either, right? He's got some brothers who wrestled, but his dad, 4-time All-American at Clarion, in their Hall of Fame. So I'm sure they played around a little bit while he was growing up.
Stout, an NCAA qualifier. In fact, got to the round of 16 in the NCAAs last year. Also finished third at the ACC championships. And he comes in hot. He's won 10 in a row, including that win over Stimmett of Stanford earlier this week. And in control here.
So they're going to give him a warning for stalling for the amount of time it took to hang out back there and not really bring him back to the mat. So I don't think he's too concerned about it.
Final few seconds here. We'll restart with 9 seconds to go in this first period.
So caution red.
Bush trying to get up. Stout maintains his control for the final seconds, and Stout leads 6-1 after one. This Mountaineer team, very difficult part of the schedule, back-to-back matchups against ranked opponents, and they're headed for the Midwest. Very difficult road trip. 3 more ranked opponents, all out of the conference: Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, and Missouri. The Mountaineers, they'll return home to take on number 7 Northern Iowa. That's Saturday, February 1st at 7 o'clock. If you can't make it to the Coliseum for that one, Make sure to log on to ESPN Plus for all of the action. Saturday, February 1st, 7 o'clock, the Mountaineers against Northern Iowa. Quick escape there, and a 6-2 advantage for Pitt's Mac Stout.
Well, I think he was just going to decide he wanted to let him up and start doing some takedowns again, which is, man, that's a nice shot. Catches him in a good spot, nice low single, does a nice job of sort of keeping him from being able to bend his knee.
Stout trying to put Pitt in the lead for the first time this afternoon as he cuts Bush loose. 9-3 on the scoreboard. Still over a minute here in this first period, or second period, I should say. Period number 2, and Stout has got close to 2 minutes of ride time accumulated as well.
No, he's been wrestling really well. He's been controlling most of the tempo. He's controlling most of the ties. He's getting to the places where he wants to be, and when he decides to do something, he does it with some explosion, which has been successful in scoring.
Final 30 seconds here. Period 2, all the offensive points for 14th ranked Mac Stout here at 197. Stout, a redshirt sophomore. This Pitt lineup, just a couple of seniors.
No, they're a really young team, which, you know, if you're a Pitt fan and you're a coaching staff, you got to be really happy about that and what's coming as you continue to grow and develop over the next couple of years.
We go to the third, and Stout chooses the bottom. Nine 9-3, Stout in front.
Wow, I can't believe they called that lock in hands like that. I mean, that's pretty. There was, his hands did touch, but wow, that was. But it's locking hands.
And a point on the scoreboard for Stout, up 10-3.
Well, what happens a lot in that situation is you reach across, you're searching for something, an arm to grab, and if you miss, you're going to hit your own hand a lot of times. So, nice little bit of a right hook there.
Yeah, uppercut.
Yep.
Stout continuing to be the aggressor here. Stall warning against Bush. Still 1:10 left. Heavyweights are next. Pitt trying to take the lead for the first time today. And
well, right now,
1 minute away.
Yeah, they look like they're in position to have a major decision, right? So.
Still time for Bush here to cut into this. 45 seconds.
Well, that one takedown could be a big thing.
Good shot by Bush, but Stout able to stay on his toes and get out of it. Yeah, it looks like Stout's comfortable here on his feet, working the ties, and, you know, happy with the score. But good battle from Bush, not giving up till the end.
And that was not necessarily a great shot by Stout based on the time and the score. And I don't mean the fact that he did shoot, but it was a long way away and not a real high percentage.
1 second on the clock. Stout.
Did he just call?
He sure did.
Bush for pushing him in the face,
yes.
And he's giving him a.
Makes it 12-3.
Wow.
And the ride time, a 13-3 victory for Mac Stout. And one extra point added late in the match. You take a look.
Wow, I don't know, man. He just pushed him in the chest, and he gave him a point for that. I don't understand that.